Jesse.
I don't want to interrupt you, so I'm just shutting up.
Oh, heck, I can do the podcast by myself then.
Now recording.
The following podcast may have adult humor,
Swear words.
innuendos of a adult nature.
Making fun of me.
That's a given. Everybody looks forward to that. But just know that you have been warned. Welcome to Blind Night.
You sure it's not Knights?
The joke's getting old, Jess. You've done it for like 6 weeks in a row. Get into it.
Have I really? Oh.
At least 3 in a row.
Oh, okay.
People are starting to complain about your body odor too. They're wondering when the last time you took a shower.
You mean like the people that answer the question of the week in the group?
Oh yeah. I mean,
0?
all of them. You know what, sir?
Other
Next
than
time
you
ask a question.
I mean the listeners.
No, if I'm a 0,
no, you're not a 0. But I mean,
not. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
See, folks, that's what you got to do. But welcome to the Blind Nights, Jesse. As I do every week, because I'm the cool guy. Why are we called the Blind Nights?
Because we are into tabletop role-playing games. We are blind, and knights are a group.
Exactly. It can be taught. Let's get into a little bit of news here. Pretty much what we've been doing the past couple of podcasts is, the website updates with, the DM notes and notes from a player. And you can find it under the category on the Knights of the Braille website. The category is called Brutal Tuesday. I'm going to ask Jesse here, because it is the name that he came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it called Brutal Tuesday again?
Because these sessions are, you would think like, oh, it's a dungeon from just a dungeon crawl. It shouldn't be that bad. This is the most brutal game that I've ever been a part of.
Especially since I'm cutting no slack.
I think it's even more brutal than, I cannot think of the name of it.
Oh, jeez. He failed his history check, folks.
Curse
of Strahd?
No. Rime of the Frostmaiden.
It is very brutal, especially like I said, I'm cutting them no slack.
It's to the point now where we all just laugh about it.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, Jesus.
And of course, when the character dies, the character isn't really going to die. Instead, they're going to lose a level. So there's a lot of...
That's pretty cool. I like that.
There's a lot of incentive there to keep your character alive, or else you're going to fall behind. And, could you imagine, for instance, and this works along with, our podcasts and sessions, that, say you got that really cool feature of, being able to attack twice, like, you get the bonus attack at 3rd level, something like that, and you die, so you drop down to 2nd level, and you lose that ability.
To me, what hurts even more is going back down hit points, especially in this game when I feel like we have none.
You don't really. It's just level 1.
Right.
I mean, y'all have. I know you have died, I think, twice or just once. I think twice, but I'm not 100%. And Mitch's character, Mobrook.
Hey, you got the name right.
I know, I've been practicing for 2 weeks.
Where do you even come up with that? That's weird.
Generator. I think he's died. I know he's died at least once. But, the other thing that, we have talked about in the past 2 or 3 episodes, and one of those was me, myself, and I, a 3-person podcast, is the Titans. Still not sure because of how, Jaws reads certain things. Still have not played a game with them that will come up tomorrow night and had live stuff happen. Gonna see how they work out, but again, you can go to their website on Etsy. The link is in the show notes, and order them for $9.99. And if you'll type in the discount code NIGHTS, capital K, capital NIGHTS 2023, you will get a 10% discount until February the 28th. So definitely something to check out. Lots of potential, and we'll find out tomorrow night how well they work during gameplay.
I'm very curious.
Me too. I mean, I have some suspicions about it, but only like actually doing it will, showcase if I am correct or not.
Only doing it, that's what she said.
Right. That felt kind of lame. I mean,
it was lame, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm usually better than that.
You're almost like going to get banished to some other podcast. Heaven forbid.
Like Who Knows?
I don't even know that was worthy of a Who Knows podcast. That was pretty bad, Jesse.
That was very bad.
I expect better from you. I've heard better.
Can we just strike it from the record?
No, it's going to be in there because it showcases how much you suck.
I just want to make love to you. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Joey B. I am the founder of Blind Knowledge. BlindKnowledge.com is where it's at. Podcasts, streamers, gamers, music. We got content. It's real. It's truthful. It's dope. Check it out, man. BlindKnowledge.com. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
But how about let's walk into the library and give our book recommendations. I'm kind of hesitant to ask you to give yours after that. Ooh, that was just horrible. But,
I have a good one.
Yeah, you may have a good book recommendation, but the joke, it just felt like way short.
Okay, we all have duds.
Yeah, but what's your recommendation?
Today I'm recommending, in honor of the release of the Dragonlance ebook, or not ebook, dungeon book, D&D supplement, whatever you want to call it, campaign book. I'm recommending Dragons of Autumn Twilight, which is the first book in the Dragonlance series. It's actually the first series that I really read. Like, I read the first arc of it. Never went back and read the second, but one of these days. And it's by Margaret, Weiss, and Tracy Hickman. It's actually based on a D&D campaign. And it's about this party of characters that has to stop the Dragon Queen from taking over the world. And you have a half-elf, you have a knight, you have a kender, which is basically like a hobbit, and you have some other characters, and just a fun, classic like fantasy setup. I thought, and I haven't gone back and read these in a while, but the thing I remember is like the characters. You really get into the characters and the character development, and probably the coolest character arc is these brothers, Caramon and Raceland. Raceland is a mage and Caramon is a warrior. But Raceland is being tempted by the dark side. He wants the power all for himself. The magical power. So there's really an internal battle as of, what side he's going to be on. Is he going to be light or is he going to be dark? And I don't know how fascinating it would read now, but back in the day I was fascinated by it. And there's a spin-off series, Time of the Twins. I think it's Time of the Twins, Test of the Twins, and War of the Twins. That's just about these two characters. So really fun stuff if you haven't read it. I don't really know how good the audiobook is. I've never listened to it. I actually read it on Bookshare back when I had that. That's how long ago it was, back when I had that subscription. But definite. It was 5 stars. Like I said, I don't know what it would be if I went back, but just classic heroic fantasy.
You done?
Yep.
Okay. I appreciate that. I need a little nap. It was a long weekend. Of course, I'm just messing with you.
Have you ever read that?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have not. But it's on the list. I mean, it's been on the list.
And it'll always be there.
Yeah, that's probably how it's gonna be. Whenever I get tired of reading my lit RPGs, I'll probably I may go to it because, I love the fantasy stuff. But my recommendation is Ocean Slayers Racing by Alex Knowles. And that's Knowles. Yeah, you thought Noles, didn't you?
No, the title I never heard of, but that sounds pretty cool.
It's a series. I love racing. I've grown up loving racing. And the first one is like what you think about when you think of racing. The second one is like a demolition derby. Not sure what the third one's about because I just found out whenever I was looking up how to spell his name that it has come out. So definitely got to check that out, see if it's even posted up on Audible yet, like for pre-order. I ain't got a notification, but then again, when I know something's not exactly spam, but I don't care to read the email, it's like delete. Kind of like Matt Hardy, delete.
Yeah.
But they're really good. They're a lit RPG, and the story that they tell is this guy, the main character, Otto, is kind of like an outcast, but you're discovering more about him each and every time, and he gets, what's the word, found, I guess, or discovered, and what's discovered is there's something majorly different about him. I know cue shock sound, and all of the hallelujahs and the ahs, but there's something different about him, and he could change everything. I mean, Jesse, stop me if you've never heard something like this before.
I have.
But I like the twist in the fact that it's actually racing, because most lit RPGs are like D&D or like
post-apocalyptic,
D&D.
it seems like.
Yeah, so I like this difference, and it's kind of post-apocalyptic, but not really, because they go out into this wilderness and find new things to them, but they're actually old, if that makes sense. Like, oh, we rediscovered this. Okay, like, shocker, I know, but still, it's really well written, at least in my opinion. But if you don't like racing, you won't like it, and I wouldn't recommend it to you. But if you do like racing, then check it out. And Jesse, in the second one, I think it's just in the second one, there's motorcycle stuff. So I know you're into that motocross stuff, so you may want to make and check that out. It'll probably go on your list and never get read like a lot of stuff on mine, but hey, at least it'll make the list.
You're going to say like a lot of stuff on yours. But you have as long of a list as mine, probably.
It's definitely getting there. I'm trying to clean it off, like going through there and looking at it, like, I'm never going to read that. And then I'll go to hit and delete,
that happens with me. Like, I'm like, oh, this sounds really good. And then when I go back, maybe like a year later, I'm like, why did I ever get this with my credit?
Yeah, well, see, I don't buy the stuff. It's like I'll put it on the list and then like 6 months later go back and why did I put this on the list? Delete. Delete. Of course, me, unlike some people, and there's lots of people out there in the world like it, as soon as they get the credits, they'll spend them.
You're talking about me.
Well, there's a lot of people that do that. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah. Usually because there's always something out.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why they have the business that they're in,
Yeah.
But in fact, I probably think I am the exception to the rule when it comes to that, and I probably save up credits longer than probably most people.
I'm
But
sure you have credits now, right?
yeah, I have nope, 8 now since they came in today. So it is what it is. So no
Yeah.
judgment here.
Right.
Unless you're Mitch. Now, we definitely judge Mitch.
Oh,
but-
yeah, and Steven.
Yeah, you judge Steven. I like Steven. But
I like Steven too, and I like Mitch. I just judge them.
It's all good. But there's a couple of book recommendations. Check them out if you want to. And check them out if you don't want to. Check out these friends of Knights of the Braille.
Hello, I'm Quinn,
And I'm Alex.
and we're
A couple of characters.
We discuss topics related to creating characters for role-playing games,
We talk about fun characters we've created.
and give advice about how to make your own quirky characters.
Check us out every other week, wherever podcasts are found.
But now we're going to go over a little bit of terminology. Now, we caught up on our letters last week. So today's letter and the creature will start with the same letter. No, wait, that's the count. I can't really do Kermit like off the top of my head. But today's letter
Kermit's
is
a hard
N.
one.
Hello. No,
You
not
sound like Jim.
Yeah. Today's letter is N for Nerf. And I don't mean Nerf football, Nerf baseball, Nerf bat, any of that. Yeah, Nerf though. Nerf.
I'm
And
going to already say I have no idea what that is.
but you have been a part of it.
Okay.
And the reason I can tell you that is because what Nerf is to make a rule less powerful, such as a broken rule that makes it more balanced. Like where we will say, maybe kind of like a creature getting a plus, for instance. And for all you rules Nazis out there, rules Hitlers, I'm sure they may be a plus 20, but I don't know if there is one. So this is an example. Say a creature gets a plus 20 to hit.
You don't
You
want to
know,
kill your whole party every time.
Right. So you would basically what nerfing is dumbing something down. At least that's how I'm
I've done that a
interpreting it.
good bit, actually.
Yeah, and it's like I'm trying to think. I don't think a halfling gets dark vision, but say everybody else in the party has night vision. If you don't want to be bogged down in mechanics, you're going to give the halfling night vision. I mean, come on now. And I also consider like not keeping track of arrows is kind of nerfing that rule. It just makes the game flow a lot easier in a lot of circumstances. But I mean, we've all done it. I don't care who you are, but yeah, it is what it is.
But I feel like if someone's going to complain about that arrow rule, there's a lot of video games out there that you can have instant ammo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we all know there's cheat codes for unlimited ammo and all that. So if you have a problem with us dumbing down that particular rule,
It doesn't affect you. You're not playing in it. In the group.
exactly, go play the video game. And if it does offend you, you just made the list. For N, when it comes to our creature feature, Jesse, this may be the most horrific one yet. Are you
That's
scared?
covering some ground.
But are you scared?
No.
Well, the Ninny.
What?
the Ninny.
That's funny as hell. That's the name.
Actually, it's not. I just wanted to hear you laugh about it. It's a night walker.
Oh.
The
No, I instantly think vampire.
Yeah. Listen to this, and I'll see why I agree with that in a sense. The negative plane is a place of death, and the Nightwalkers live in this negative plane. And there's people out there who are, what's a nice way to say idiot? Idiot?
Bless their hearts.
Oh, yeah. Who we need to say bless their hearts because their intelligence score is like a negative 50.
Like
No, he was smarter than that. Even he wouldn't do this. But these people that tap into this plane, and whenever they go over there, a Nightwalker comes back here to take their place. Comes back into the world to take their place. Nightwalkers will attempt to devour every bit of life that they encounter. And for every creature that enters into the negative plane, a Nightwalker replaces them. And if you want to be able to leave the negative plane, which is as rare as an ultra legendary item in D&D, if not even more rare.
What, actually leaving the plane or the plane itself?
Yes. No, to actually leave the plane.
Okay.
But in order to do it, you must lure the Nightwalker back to the plane of negativity or negative plane, which to me has no life. So why would the Nightwalker want to go back where there's no life instead of staying on the plane where there is life? Makes no sense to me.
Nope.
So it would be like nigh on impossible. So why would you want to try to go to the negative plane? Anyway, these creatures are huge undead. And care to guess their alignment?
Lawful evil.
Close. Chaotic evil.
Oh.
Now, I want to ask you, because you know my opinions on this. How could any of these Nightwalkers that are undead ever be considered good or neutral?
I don't think they could.
Then why put the word typically in front of it?
Because anyone can change it. I think that's why, because anyone could do whatever the hell they want.
Do I need to yell, sit down, or?
No, I'm just trying to explain
I know. But, I mean, it makes no sense. But I guess there is, good vampires in the world, because there's not Alex, shoot, I can't remember his name. Angel from Buffy. And
this even sounds like if they feed upon life, I guess that's what vampires do, so.
But, yes. What would you guess their armor class would be?
18.
14.
Oh.
That's weak, ain't it? Or it seems like it'd be really weak. But here's where I think it really comes in. Their hit points, their average hit points are 337.
Oh.
And here's where it also it's pretty badassery. They're resistant to every single attack that is not magical, which means they would take half damage.
A long time.
Yeah, because they would take like half damage. Most things have like a condition immunity, like this creature cannot be paralyzed, this creature cannot be poisoned.
So the AC isn't that bad actually when you think about it, because
it's going to take you
damage.
Forever.
Yeah.
Like the kid in Sandlot, forever.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Oh, I love it. But they have 8 condition immunities. So, I mean, like, they can't be charmed, they can't be poisoned, they can't be frightened, they can't be paralyzed, you know. So this thing...
Damn, what can they be?
Eaters of your soul.
Unless you have a whole party of mages, then they're fucked.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, maybe not really, because they only have they don't have infinite spell slots.
True. They have this thing called Annihilating Aurora, which means if anybody starts their turn within 30 feet of this creature, they must make a 21 DC Constitution save or take 21 average necrotic damage. And this is how I interpreted the creature here. Say you were facing one as Talon. If this creature kills you, if the Nightwalker kills you, you automatically die. I mean, like, I take it as no death saving throws. Boom.
But wouldn't
you're
that
dead.
break the rule? Wouldn't that break the game though, in a way? Like, just being devil's advocate, like they put death saves in there for a reason.
Yeah, but not every creature can do what this Nightwalker does.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, like a goblin can't do that, a giant can't do that. You know,
Right.
That's how I interpret it. I'm probably wrong.
That makes sense.
You rules Nazis out there, probably no different. Don't email me and tell me because you will be blocked.
Is it just me or does only, and I'm not going to say the person, but does one person always jump in your head when you say rules Nazi?
I got a couple people.
Okay.
Some people that I know, like personally, here that I really think of. But the like say Talon died, there is a chance of him being brought back to life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only by the wish spell.
Is that considered a legendary thing?
What, the wish spell?
Yeah.
I know wizards can have it, but it's like a 9th level spell.
Okay.
So you got to be pretty high up in there, you know. That'd
be awesome if Barney was.
Yeah, a myth, and you see like liquid coming between his legs. Oh no, I needed a neon. But they have 2 innovating attacks. Their innovating focus attacks gives them a plus 12 to hit. It's a melee attack, but their range in melee here is 15 feet.
That's hitting pretty much every time.
Uh-huh.
If you're like, unless you're a beefy ass party.
Well, just think, I mean, even if you roll an 8, you're getting a nat, not a nat 20, but a dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
You got to roll pretty crappy. But if they hit you, you take an average of 28 necrotic damage, and you must make a Constitution save of 21, or your max hit points is reduced by the amount of damage that you took. So if you take 28 damage and your max hit points is 50, your max hit points are now at 22. That's that's pretty awesome. And that effect will last until you take a long rest.
I think it'd have been funnier if the creature's name was actually Ninny.
Well, that's what I would probably call one, but, you know. This made me think about the old wrestling move, the Finger of Doom. Like the finger poke of death. And
yes. When Hulk Hogan did it was it Kevin Nash?
Yes, I believe so.
I'd have been so pissed if I bought that pay-per-view and that happened.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy pay-per-views. The finger of Doom has a range, Jesse, of 300 feet.
How can a finger have a range of 300 feet?
That's because it's a Nightwalker, I guess. I don't know.
So they have like Inspector Gadget fingers.
Go, Finger of Doom. but you must then make a wisdom save of 21, or you take 39 necrotic damage. And you become frightened. Now, the really good feature of that is that it only recharges on a roll of 6. Like, after you use it, you roll a d6, and if you come up 6, you get to use it again. If you come up less than 6,
You don't.
you don't. So really, really cool there. And, I like that because that right there is super powerful. Especially with the range. So,
Yep.
What do you think about dear Ninny?
I don't want to face one.
But I was gonna bring one into the dungeon tomorrow night.
That thing's hard enough.
So no Ninny?
No Ninny.
Ah.
Now you're a sad
sh-
dinosaur, right?
Yeah, I'm a sad Ninny. But it is what it is. Thank you all for joining, for listening. Jesse, do we want to thank them for subscribing, or do you think they're actually subscribing?
I want to thank you for subscribing, and I'm trying to do that not as hardcore so it doesn't cut me out.
It didn't cut you out that time.
It doesn't have the same impact, though.
Finger of doom.
This episode is brought to you by the Knights of the Braille and is made possible through the support of viewers such as you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to get all of the latest information and episodes. Thank you.